Welcome back to another video. Today I'm discussing Redo of Healer. As we know, Redo of Healer is an anime that came out a couple of years back where it took the anime community by storm for it to have such graphic content and many things that was reactable by many YouTubers, TikTokers, whatever. Was explained and talked about, and Redo of Healer, unfortunately, will never get a second season just because it was a very controversial anime when it came out. So for a studio, if the same studio or another studio were to give it a season 2, would be wild work. But the manga is still going on, so if you're conceptually interested in Redo of Healer, the manga is still going on, but the manga is even more graphic since they don't have the censorship, unlike the anime, even though the anime censorship is very weird at the end of the day. But I'm discussing why people like Redo of Healer. Off the benefactor, think about the anime we've had. Think about the animes that's mostly popular and been around. It's mostly the same kind of anime. If you've watched anime for long enough, you have a happy MC, or now a betrayal MC is quite popular now, who looks at the world lightly, happy, try to change people's opinions, try to get people on their side, inevitably go after their dreams, chase their dreams. We all love it. Different animes play on different points. Inevitably, we love it. We gonna ingest it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Redo of Healer was one of the pioneers of the betrayal anime. Now, betrayal animes mostly have been around for a long time. Redo of Healer took it to another level. Where the main character has to get betrayed by his main party, used and abused, inevitably. After you read it, kind of plays on the same concept. He gets used and abused, unfortunately, and inevitably betrayed by his whole thing. Inevitably only seeking their own interests at heart. Now they don't betray him. They don't kick him out the party at all. They mostly just see his use of it, but inevitably abuse him of his use. Everything that goes on outside of what Kiryu went through, within the dude, within, the other things that he was abused for, you quite understand his actions, but mostly it's the shock value of what they're trying to present to us, how the situation was real bad for him. Berserk, of course, I've seen a comment on the post I made, it's kind of the same thing. Berserk has very controversial scenes, of course, but it's mostly to inherently tell you the shock value of the world and to keep you interested in watching anime. If you were to watch 1 to 2 episodes of Redo of Healer, you will be asking yourself, what happens next? Or should I continue to watch it? Or, what happens after the next episode? The shock value for us is there to keep us watching, to keep us interested, is there. Now, personally, I am one of the many anime watchers that turned off Redo of Healer. I saw many reviews, I saw many things on YouTube about it, but I never inherently finished the show myself. I know the crimes, I know what he was used and abused for, but I personally never finished the anime myself. So yeah, that's why it's the shock value and inherently flipped what many animes does on their head. Now, there's of course been animes that has been graphic like Redo of Healer, just not as expressive. Of course, if you go back, watch many of the graphic animes that aren't, that are borderline the other word, I can't say it because I'll get demonetized. High School DxDs, the Shin Moedas, those kind of anime. There's mostly probably have action that goes on to it or a plot point that goes on to it within the graphic points, like Kill la Kill. Where Redo of Healer, it's mostly revenge plot. He doesn't do it randomly to random people. He's going specifically after his crew, his old crew, because what they did to him, and that's why many people enjoy the show. It's the shock value. Now, of course, if you can't be one of the, and most people just like me, I was one of the people be like, that's too much for me. I turned it off. That's okay. But if I wouldn't judge anyone who didn't like it, most animes are like that. I like Shin no Meta. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but I like Shin no Meta. Granted, that's more on the comedy side, less serious than Redo of Healer. But I quite understand or react to like the shock value of the world. That it keeps you watching the show. And I understand why people are interested. And I wanted to explain that here. Because a lot of people don't know. And why many people are still glamoring for like a season 2. Now it won't happen, but I could see why many people are glamoring for it. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.